practice. I hate that. Hey.
Why are you like racking up on candies right now?
I know. I got so scared.
Oh yeah.
I literally backed it up.
Oh sorry. What are we doing? Oh, am I choosing a side?
Choosing.
I mean,
no, yeah, you're choosing what you want.
What's me? Yeah.
I didn't even notice that. Yeah. Oh.
Wait.
I thought that was my rap. So I was like, did I leave one there?
But they're right there. Never mind.
Huh?
Yeah, we just got ready.
Yeah. So lying.
Actually, I did it this morning for the first time.
We have to remember they zoom in on our faces. We're just choosing.
No, it's fine. I don't want to rush you. It's fine.
No, it's fine. We're gonna wrap up.
I just want to remind you of the 3 rules.
We got them
All my
rules
stuff.
down.
Clean,
Yep.
1 ball, waiting till we say you can go.
Yep. Sounds good. Yeah, we'll wrap and then warm up for a bit, then
You can.
it's fine.
Good.
What did I win?
You won the draw for the
Boss?
what? Okay.
Oh shit.
Can we check one more time? I'll take this one. It means everything. Imagine that's let me be quiet so I can they might like they're I like you can definitely hear.
No, we watched Tony and their match last night, the classic, because they were like talking and you couldn't hear anything.
How long do you want to warm up?
Five, yeah, five.
Yeah, 5 minutes.
5 minutes?
Yeah.
Okay. After the 5 minutes, we're gonna play a teaser and music, and Jim will announce the match, and then you can start.
Sounds good.
I need a bear, Rich.
The stage.
Trace.
As the stage. Ultimate. Oh. Diba? Oh. Yeah, it's better. You just do it tight. There's this one. Okay.
2 points. They are.
And then
Still 2 right
another
back for Orlando. I can't do this. Nana's still smiling. There it is.
Oh my god, I'm so happy for
Oh
him.
my God. There it is, the split. He is the world champion.
ITSF World Series Women's Singles Champion. And let's introduce the players. On the right side of your screen, out of the state of Louisiana in the USA, please welcome Isabel Stelly. And on the left side, also out of the state of Louisiana in the USA, a big hand for Sullivan Rue. Best 3 games out of 5. Good luck, ladies. Here we go. We got another final for you. And this should be a good one. 2 ladies from Louisiana. Or Sullivan Rue, the outstanding world champion from Louisiana. In fact, 2 ladies from Louisiana. Isabel Stelly over on the right side. And of course, Sully coming off a tremendous semifinal performance against Lynn Tran.
Sullivan has been on this stage in non-France at this, like, with way more people watching. She's won the championship, the Tornado Championship. She's won multiple singles championships. I would say this is the biggest stage Isabel's ever been on, would you?
Yes, unquestionably.
Indubitably.
Indubitably, if that's even a word.
I don't even know what that means.
Of course, these two know each other very well. Sullivan Rue, like you say, established, has played on the big stage, has had success on the biggest stage. Stelly, a rising star, continuing to get better, defeating Hannah Smith in the semifinal, which is no easy accomplishment.
Now, they play each other all the time, and they play with each other. And if you've done it before, which I'm sure you have, it's a weird thing, man, because tendencies and tells and against each other end up being even more conflicting, creating more stress.
Stelly looking to even it up. She'll shoot the snake shot. Couple of second-generation players, and that's generally how it works. In fact, most of the players remaining in the open events are second-generation players. One up the table. It's now 2-0. Isabel's going to have to be careful here, because if Sully plays like she did against Lynn Tran, very few mistakes, very accurate with passing, with shooting. Smart defensively. In her A game, really at this stage on Tornado, if she gives you the A game, you're not going to beat her.
Yeah, you're going to be in trouble if she gives you the A game. She plays with purpose. Everything she does with intensity and intention, and it's very, very difficult to overcome that.
Already, though, a great accomplishment for Stelly to get into this position.
Off a man, I think, but still the right idea. Like, I think
Maybe just caught an edge, didn't it, on the 5, and it's 3-0, and Isabel's going to call timeout. Tommy Orr and Brandon Munoz playing over on table number 3 to see who will face Stefan Burmettler.
Stefan Burmettler in the finals.
And right now it is 1-0 lead for Brandon Munoz. And I remember just a few years ago we were at the Texas State Championships when these two played each other. I think it was the year that Tommy eventually won the championship, double dipping Tony Spredeman in the final. But it was a match between these two in the losers bracket final, I believe, that went 8-6 in the 5th game. So we do want to welcome everyone watching on Twitch and at YouTube TV.
I think we have a
On
legit
YouTube as
wardrobe malfunction here that Stelly's helping fix.
Okay.
And we're fine now. We're great.
Ready? Yeah.
3-0 lead early on here for Sullivan Rue. Isabel nicely through that high lane. You know, you look at who's remaining in the men's singles, you look at these two in the women's singles competition, all of them, maybe the oldest would be 25. You know, Munoz, of course, Munoz is, what is he, 40-something, but no, Brandon Munoz is still a young man in his 20s. Tommy Orr in his 20s. Stefan Vermittler, 17, for goodness sake.
And we've seen great things happen from. Was Johnny Horton 17?
Yeah, Horton was very young, and Evoy.
Tommy
Ryan
Atkinson was
Evoy,
18.
Atkinson, 18.
Yeah.
Tony Spredeman, of course. At
Todd Lafredo, when he won doubles, was 17.
17, that's right.
17, man. Like, that's a. There's something about 17 that's equal parts hard work and luck and commitment and naivety. All those things play into it. You're not a curmudgeonly
And evolution
cynical.
even
Yeah.
factors in there, I think, you know, a little bit.
Yeah. But looking at this match right here, we got incredible talents out of Louisiana.
Stelly. Isabel really needs that first goal to sort of loosen her up a little bit.
Sully is all over her defensively, almost like she's comfortable blocking her for reasons that we don't know yet, right? Like she knows tendencies. She knows what she's going to do a little bit.
Yeah, and stroking it on far side is Stelly. Nicely done. It's 3-1. She took her time and then got it deep to that far corner.
Foosball TV with the best production in streaming foosball by a mile, helping us
and that
deliver
pass
this product.
attempt off the man and in. Yeah, I've heard you mention that once or twice a match. But they are. No, it's great. It's
No, I
great
wanna
working
make
with
sure
the
I'm
pros.
singing their praises, man. They are pro production.
Driving along that Autobahn, just smoothly speeding around and that BMW. And finding the hole down the middle here is Stelly.
Starting to get on a roll a little bit. Put a couple down.
Yeah, the talent is certainly there. It's just whether the organization of that talent, the ability to handle things in pressure situations, and also to keep the slop out. That's two of those that we've seen from Sullivan Rue, and she leads 1-0.
And this is a 3 out of 5 match. And the winner of this match gets the. We haven't been talking about this much, but you get the golden ticket. And the golden ticket is a.
Talk more about that.
Well, so the golden ticket is an opportunity to compete for a. Filoro is a sponsor. He's got $24,000 in to be split amongst the various champions of the World Series and the #1 ranked player in points. So there's several ways to get into this bracket, but this is one way to get into that bracket with a golden ticket. Think Willy Wonka?
I
with
thought
foosball.
that's what I thought. I thought maybe you just get a tour of the chocolate factory.
Yeah, you
But-
get an opportunity to get swallowed up in the chocolate river.
My wife would love that.
ITSF Gold.
No score here in
Final.
the second game.
Yeah, I blew that. It's called the ITSF Gold Final. You get a golden ticket to the ITSF Gold Final, sponsored by Filoro.
I love that.
PHILORO.
I noticed their name is everywhere, and they're sponsors of this event and of players, and that's about all I know about them. Of course, Oro means gold.
And Phil
What does that mean?
is a foosball player from Northern California.
That's true. Taken away here by Rue, who leads 1-0. She'll again set up the push shot. Tried to come down the middle, blocked by Stelly. See if Sully continues to work inside here. Nope, trying to come back with that rolling long. And Stelly is there. And you got to figure that Stelly might feel kind of comfortable defending. You play a player enough, you kind of get a feel for tendencies. And that one's going to go up the table off a man and in.
Well, this is going to go one of two ways, and it's not like rocket science. Is Sully going to blow her out, or is there going to be an ebb and flow of adjustments and defensive stops, and Isabel going on scoring runs that's going to push this out further and further to maybe a 5th game? But there is, just because we've been watching Sully blow people out, high-caliber players just crush them, The only, the one big thing is he has going for her is proximity.
And stroking on the long push shot here. It's Sullivan Rue to tie it up at 1. Look at that. Look at the stance. Look at the balance.
Oh, so good.
Off a dead stop as she drills that long.
My analogy for her mechanics, if you go look up Tiger Woods, that's incredible. And he's like a 3-year-old kid showing his golf stroke to millions of people on TV. Now, that golf stroke morphed into something incredible into the 90s and 2000s when he was a championship golfer. The same thing can be said here, that she's been doing that push shot with that stroke since she was a baby, like standing on whatever in diapers. She's been doing that push shot, and now it's just a thing of beauty. The mechanics are amazing.
Yeah, and you can make an argument that that isn't possible to get to this sublime level of execution without having started at 3 years old, right?
Right. And we'll take one look when she gets the ball, and let's focus on Izzy for now, who's put a few on goal and scored a couple.
And she strokes that one home.
So assuming Sully does a quick 3-second read and gets the ball from a middleman lane pass, let's watch. There it is. Watch her mechanics. She's in a shooting stance. She's not going to move out of her shooting stance. She's always a threat to shoot. Pounds it.
Stelly gets out there to make the block. Rebound caroms to the 5. Picked up here by Stelly. She leads 2-1 here in the second. 1-0 lead for Sullivan Rue. Trying to go along the wall. And you can see there is familiarity here. Stelly is predicting a lot of what Sullivan's going to do, whereas Mylan was not able to do that.
That off-the-wall line pass was nice and caught Sully in no man's land. And right back at you. Look, she's going to put a little heat on Sully. We haven't seen Sully lose a game yet.
Stelly, as you can see, takes her time, and this time goes near corner for that 3-1 lead. Louisiana versus Louisiana. About that.
Sully returned with her own off-the-wall pass, almost like a C1 do one, which is not always the best choice.
Again, Isabel predicting what Sullivan is going to do on that 5, and she is not quite able to make the steal. Can she reel that in? No.
She, at some point, you give up. I'm hearing that. We're hearing that all very well, no matter what you do. Oh, the transition play.
Knocked off that back wall. Picked up here again by Rue. Her shot attempt, and again, not giving up that long.
No, she's going to have to look at the little bit shorter middle, which I've been a big fan of this weekend because people are sitting on the long hole. Look at that 3/4 hole that's going to be there. People are anticipating long.
Stelly will use the left hand. It's set on goal by Rue. Still 3-1 here in the second. Jim Stevens, Mark Torres, Julian Boardman, Daniel Sorger,
Foosball
Wayne
TV.
Ritchie.
And Wayne Ritchie. And Israel, who's our sound engineer.
And we're going to get
Shout
a
out to
timeout called
Israel.
here.
Shout out to Team Jacob.
There's Rue. Came into this match feeling very confident, although, her confidence against Mai Lin was off the hook. She really felt comfortable playing against her. I'm not sure that comfortability is the same here with Isabel Stelly, who she plays on a regular basis locally and has played quite a bit on tour. And with, as you said.
Well, you're familiar, Jim. The people that hated playing against each other the most were the locals. You went to a big tournament. Most of the time, you didn't want to play against the guys you played with all the time because you guys did specific stuff versus each other. Blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm talking about. You knew each other's games. You're like, and why travel 500 miles to play against someone you play who lives 10 minutes from you?
Nice pick up there on the 3, and then finding that street hole is Sullivan Rue to make it 3-2. Sully really anticipating that Isabel Stelly was going to bail for that long hole.
Nice pass there.
And that's the thing about shooting a straight on any sort of whether a pull shot, whether a push kick, whether a push, snake shot. You hit that inside game.
No.
Oh, and that one's going to spin in. Sully did not expect that to happen, and it just gets behind her. She didn't even make the effort there because she thought it was just going to come across. Didn't see that it was spinning back towards the goal, and it's now 4-2. But you always want to establish that straight, establish the short. And even if you don't make it, even if you don't score it, you have to execute it. You have to let them know you're going to do it. And that's 2 straights in a row from Rue.
And she's so fiery. I love that she's so fiery.
It's 4-3, but now Stelly with a chance to even this match up at a game apiece, and she will call the time out.
You got to love what you're seeing here between these two young ladies, two ladies that know each other very well, play against each other all the time, play with each other. It adds a whole other element of drama and, comfortability with each other's games.
But again, if you're a great player, and of course Sullivan Rue is, it's all about, as we've talked about, it's about making adjustments. Even when there is that familiarity, even when you do have a history with a player locally and who seems to know your game pretty well, you've got to find a way to adjust to that. And she did on these last 2 efforts as she hit those straights after Stelly had really been racing her to that long hole well. And that's kind of what you have to do. Stelly now again with a chance to even it up. That one blocked by Rue. Comes back to Isabel, stolen away by Rue. So does she go inside again here? Let's see. Nope, going to that long hole, and there's Stelly with those quick hands to get out there, make the block, and take it away.
Stelly's taken away that long quite a bit. Last one was a straight that Sully hit.
And working it 2 to the 5. Isabel crisply through the lane. Again, Stelly another chance to tie the match up, and she does. Watch here as he gets this one all the way out there off both posts and in, and we are tied at 1 game apiece.
I love the drama building here. It's 1 game apiece. Sully on paper is the huge favorite with the X factor that they know each other so well and they play against each other all the time. And I love how my example is Adrian Zamora, who's a great master, world champion, won multiple open titles. Was a favorite, except for when he was playing against locals who knew his 3 bars so well that it was a challenge for him to win. So in any other match, he's a favorite, but he comes up against like me or Fernando, and it's really tough, or Dana Marr. It's really tough for him to win those matches, right?
Yeah, no, a lot of that is mental as well, right? It is mental, and you have to kind of free your mind to be able to make those necessary creative adjustments, and we'll see if Sully can do that here in Game 3. And finds the hole down the middle here. That was a great pick. She's been going straight. She'd been going long. So this time, right down the center of the goal.
She's in attack mode.
Back comes Stelly, who has really held her own in this match. Has played very well. That quick shot here, though, blocked by Rue. Sent towards the goal. Stelly picks it up with the left hand, and now we'll step back into offensive position at goal. Nope, now going to switch 2 to the 5. Almost knocked down and almost knocked in by Rue. Stelly again. Comes near side.
Pretty.
Again, both these ladies with tremendous sparring partners, if you will. Of course, Isabel with her significant other, Brandon Munoz, and a beautiful shot here. She faked to that far side. There it is, the hard fake one way, and then right back down the middle. And then, of course, Sully, great sparring partners, and her father, Terry Rue, her mother, Keisha Rue. And there's a lot to be said for that. Playing against better players is always good for your game. And when you have them right there available to you on a daily basis, how can that not be good? And, of course, these 2 ladies in the final, that's part of the recipe. Shot down the middle, taken away by Rue. It's 1-1 in games, 1-1 in score. Here in game number 3, it's the women's singles final. Pull kick towards the goal. Rebound grabbed by Stelly.
Now, Sully's been wrecking people from the 2 bar, and she's not wrecking Izzy. So you could tell there's, a little bit of comfort in the zone, which is a big deal.
Some good defensive 5 there from Rue. Sully finds that straight hole. So really working the inside. She has made the adjustments here. Watching. Very little wasted motion there as she executes firmly to that near side to take that 2-1 lead. Tommy Orr has surged ahead 2-1. In fact, has a match point over on table number 3. And back comes Stelly.
She threw the rod. You love the fire there.
Yeah, the quality of the women's game has gotten to be so good, not only here in the U.S., but internationally. It's match point for Tommy Orr over on table 3, but Munoz is looking to send it to a 4th game.
That's on InsideFoods.com on table number 3, the other semifinal leading into the men's final.
Vermetler against one of those two. And right now it's looking pretty good for Tommy Orr. He's got a match point. He's got the ball. That one sent wide. That is a planned play. She knocks it off the wall, grabs the rebound, sets it up, tried to stroke that long off the post. Rebound grabbed by Stelly, still tied at 2.
Wow,
Beautiful
pretty
pass. Boy, Isabel playing well. Handling the quote-unquote pressure extremely well. Here on table number 1, another block. Stelly getting a lot of possessions right now. Another block, that near side effort.
Blunder. If Sully converts this.
Rue.
Look at that defense. It's a dead man post, daring her to go straight.
You saw a little flick right before the shot by Rue. Again, but Stelly staying home to make the block once again.
That's going to be interesting if Stelly's adjustment.
Pounded down the middle by Rue, up into the air and off the table. Sully really putting a lot behind that one.
Daring someone on the dead bar straight post can be an interesting defense. Let's see if she does it again.
Well, what you're doing, though, is you're also kind of manipulating the opposing forward into trying that strike.
Right.
They think they can do it, but instead she drills the long to make it 3-2. Didn't get it out real deep, didn't have to. Just got it just past the dot, sprayed it home to that long hole against that dead man standard defense.
And that's the option, the spray long.
It's now 3-2 in favor of Rue. Sully has done a nice job defensively these last few possessions. Another block here for Rue.
Beauty. Such a great pass.
And again to the long hole. So she has established that inside by hitting straights, by hitting splits, which is going to open up that hole right there. 4-2 lead for Sullivan Rue, and we've got a timeout.
Over on table number 3, Tommy Orr's defeated
Just
Brandon
put it
Munoz.
away. All right, it's going to be Tommy Orr versus Stefan Vermedler in the men's singles final, which we will have for you right after this match, and that should be a lot of fun. Let's see how Tommy Orr handles Vermedler.
Yeah.
And what a run that would be for Vermedler if he could be more, if he could beat Sprademan and Tommy Orr all in one day.
It'll be a run of Tornado. That's the other one. Tommy Orr's won Tornado champion. No?
Doubles.
Texas States. Yeah.
Tommy doesn't have, he's world singles, he does have a world doubles champion. And here is Stelly opening up game number 4 with this one to the far side. It's 4-3. Chance to take a 2-1 lead here for Rue, who sets it up. Stelly gets out there to make the block.
I like what I'm seeing from Stelly. Just playing with purpose. Not hesitating.
Really crisp. A lot of table time for Isabel Stelly, who can tie it here. Oh, that hole was there. Then she goes with a quick pull.
That was a
kick.
mistake. That was a mistake.
And a timeout called here. That's a good call.
Yeah.
By Sully.
Yeah,
4-3 lead for Sullivan Rue. You saw Stelly go wide of the goal and then tried to come back with a pull kick, which was misexecuted. The ball lands on the 5 of Rue, and then the pass off the man and in. It's 2-1. We've seen that a couple of times in the match. Sully a little bit sorry, but not entirely, as she moves that second score marker over as she leads 2-1. And Stelly wants to get right back at it. Always advise players, take that full minute and a half between games. No reason not to. Especially after you lose a game, take the time. Stelly fires the hole down the middle.
Nice shot.
Rue looking corners. Stelly looking middle. Back comes Rue. And that rolling push shot to make it 1-1. Didn't take a lot of time here, didn't need to. She goes with that quick one. And back comes Stelly with a pass attempt that gets in. This is a high lane pass that results in a goal. It's 2-1.
Wow. I love that pass. Double reverse off the wall.
And a long push shot to make it 2-2. And
Yeah.
here comes Sullivan Rue as she's looking to close out a championship. Got that one way out there. And the spin. We're even at 2 here in game number 4. 2-1 lead for Sullivan Rue.
I keep harping on it, but it's a lost art. The mechanics of her push shot, setting up in your shooting position and being a threat the entire time is a lost art.
That's the Lafredo approach, right?
Mm-hmm. It's the Terry Rue approach. That's pull shot.
Isabel Stelly fires it home far side. So Isabel heating up a little bit on the 3-row. And Sully can't connect. Stelly.
Again, beauty. She's hot right now on the 5 bar.
Both ladies have played so well during the course of this match, and that's Stelly stepping off the post.
Just missed.
And that one knocked back into the goal. A defensive score for Isabel Stelly.
Sully thought the game was over. Look at her wiping the points. Nope. Still in it.
And back comes Sully with a score. Boy, they are getting that ball and going with it. Barely time to throw in those replays. The chance here to send it to game number 5 for Isabel Stelly, who will set up the snake shot and stroke it home.
This is going 5 games.
2 games apiece. Again, getting it around, cutting it back a little bit like she did in the last one, but it didn't matter as she got around that defender into the back of the goal, and we are even at 2 games apiece.
Now, Sully is the heavy favorite coming into this game, but we talked about the equalizer. The equalizer is experience and comfort level playing each other. You kind of lose that intimidation factor when you're playing your partner and you're local. You lose a little bit of it. We got to watch how this match, this 5th game, starts off. Sully is a very emotional player. Is she going to keep control of her emotions? Is she going to stay focused and stay present? You can see her right now doing those things, taking those exercises. She's taking breaths. She's walking away from the table. She's composing herself. Isabel, on the other hand, is she's the underdog.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like feeling the moment right now. She just had an incredible 5-2 win. Remember, Sully's been flipping steamrolling people. She's been in Sullivan Rue. If you're not familiar, Sullivan Rue on the left, Isabel Stelly on the right. These are great women players. Sullivan is by far the favorite to win this, but 5th game here.
Here we go, 5th game underway. Sullivan Rue putting it into play. Trying to go through the lane, a little bit of a tentative effort there. Comes back to Stelly, who will use the left hand. Try to pass it along that far wall. Gets through to Rue, and then picked up by Stelly on the 5. Pass attempt, the bounce pass attempt, blocked by Rue. Comes back to Isabel. Yeah, and that one angled into the goal defensively by Rue. The pass attempt, and then the reaction from the 5-row of Sully, and she's up 1-0. I have to think, despite the inexperience to some degree of Isabel Stelly in these kinds of situations, right now the pressure on Sullivan Rue.
That's right.
She is feeling it.
That's right. Oh.
Went with a quick, clear attempt. Stolen away by Stelly. And she ties it up as she hammers home that. Watch how deep she gets this one. All the way out there.
Beauty. Now, I'll tell you, if you've not been in this situation in any competitive endeavor or any stressful endeavor like surgery, your heart rate goes up. Things get more difficult. The breathing gets difficult. Your arms, your hands, every muscle group.
Fortunate to get a possession there, and then the block on that long push shot by Stelly. And you get the sense right now Isabel is really rolling. She is not going to give up a long push shot. She is really feeling it. The adrenaline is flowing. That shot attempt down the middle, blocked back towards the goal by Stelly.
the goal gets smaller, those men get bigger on defense until you see one gigantic man blocking the whole goal.
Now, my son was wearing one of those around his neck earlier.
Yeah, that's what you need right now.
Yeah.
One of those to block the goal.
1-1 here in the 5th. It's been a good one. Stelly trying to work it along that outside wall. Can't connect. Sully crisply through the lane. Looking inside. Yep. Finds that
Dead bar.
dead man straight.
Right. Dead bar straight.
Watch this.
Watch
She
that.
fires it home.
Watch the look at her face.
Satisfaction.
Ooh, right back at you.
Stelly will look to even it. Yes, she has been really shooting it well. That one again rimmed right off that post. He's had a couple of them that have been close, but not quite there. Sully squaring it off to that short side. It's 3-1. Gave the move and then sent it just behind the defender of Isabel Stelly. Now just 2 goals away from the championship, and we've got a timeout.
This is incredible, high-level foosball play. The inaugural Tornado World Series championship final, women's singles. Such an amazing thing to watch these 2 young ladies fighting their tails off to the bitter end. Is
Big
it bitter?
ball here.
I don't know.
Big ball here for Isabel Stelly. She's had a lot of success to the far side, and Sully knows that. Let's see if Isabel makes the adjustment. Regrip and then come back down the middle. It's 3-2.
Getting that ball snappy, man. You love to see her fire back with a great pass and a shot.
Oh, it's been a good one.
Ooh, that was a blunder.
Turn over here. Rue. Stelly out there to make the block of that long effort.
It's funny how you're not seeing the splits from Rue. You're seeing straight and long, which is fine. She's got. There you go.
Split here. And Stelly looking for it, made the block. She might have heard you.
Oh.
Sully didn't expect that ball to come to her. Rue leading 3-2 here in game number 5.
Just as dangerous here, though, right?
Taking a lot of time here, then trying to bring it back down the middle. That one off the corner.
So close.
There she is to grab the rebound. She'll once again set up the push. And stroke it to that straight hole. It is championship point for Sullivan Rue. Got shot down the middle on goal. Stelly keeps her out. And that one's going to drop in, and there it is.
Kind of anticlimactic.
Sullivan Rue
But what an incredible
outlasts Isabel Stelly to win the 2024 Tornado World Series Women's Singles Championship, and she is getting emotional as she should. Ladies and gentlemen, let's have a big round of applause for our second place finisher, Isabel Stelly, and your 2024 ITSF World Series Women's Singles Champion, Sullivan Rue.
Interview. What a great...
Your turn.
No. You're the man. What a great win for Sullivan Rue. So incredible to see her achieve this incredible accolade. And we're going to have the iconic Jim Stevens get down there to interview Sullivan Rue. Wow, man, so emotional. What a run for Sullivan Rue.
Sullivan Rue.
Israel, turn his mic on, Israel.
Sullivan Rue. You know, you're not that old, right? But in the world of foosball, you've almost done everything already. This meant something to you, though, didn't it? You've won Tornado championships, you've won other, events around the country, but this one is a little bit different. Talk a little bit about what this meant to you.
I mean, players from all around the world coming, obviously people I play all the time, new format, a completely new tournament here for the first time, and just work I put in on my own, changing things on my own that I really wanted to pay off.
Did you work a little extra hard coming into it? We know, having seen foosballers and having seen your work regimen, did you put in a little extra work coming into this one?
Yeah, I put a lot of work. Yep.
And then talk a little bit, you played Isabel Stelly, you guys very familiar with each other, both from the state of Louisiana. Talk about adjusting to someone who knows your game so well.
It's really tough. It's the same playing Hannah. I mean, she's my partner, so she sees my whole game. But you have to get out your comfort zone, which is hard, especially in a finals match. But that's the only way you can make it work.
Yeah, great job, great playing. Congratulations. We know how much this means to you. Great job. Thank you.
Thank you.
We've heard it. We've heard Sully talk about how hard she worked for this championship. A brand new tournament format, a brand new style, the Tornado World Series, brought to you by the ITSF, sponsored by Floro. And just Sully, this meaning so much to her and her partners and her family and friends and all the effort she's put into this championship. We see some highlights here. Isabel didn't go away. Isabel didn't fade. Isabel fought to the very end, but in the end, Sullivan Rue is just too much right now on Tornado for any women's player. She was going to win this. She was going to win this championship. Jim, great interview, Jim. Thank you. Oh, Jim. So listen, Jim and I talk about me interviewing people. No one wants to be interviewed by me, Jim. They want to interview me. You have to interview these people. It's like, look, I know my limitations.
I'd be happy to be interviewed by you. I would.
We'll do that.
I would love that.
We'll do that later.
Right.
But for now, if you think that these people want to be remembered by being interviewed by me, you're way off.
Okay.
You need to talk to these people.
Right.
Right?
All right. Well, what a great performance, though. And again, you heard her talk about it, how difficult it can be playing against someone who knows you so well. She mentioned Hannah, who is from Mississippi, right there. And they played with each other and against each other so much. But that's what a champion does. And she spins with that beautiful hair as well. But what a great performance and what a class act Sullivan Rue is. What a credit to the sport.
What an amazing match they gave us. It's not like Isabel faded.
No, she was
and
tremendous.
And Sully was the clear favorite coming in. She just steamrolled everybody. That was a fifth game a match, but Sullivan was just too much.
It could have been. It could have gone the other way.
Right.
There was a couple of times during that match. I thought Stelly potentially could win a World Series here in women's singles, and she was right there. What a great performance by her. And we have watched this young player, Isabel Stelly, grow into now one of the true stars of the game here in the U.S., and I think eventually internationally as well.
And you know one of the differences, Jim? They have both eyeballs because of ProtectoFlex.com. Growing up with foosball in there as children, Protecto-Flex.com.
It is much more difficult to play with one eye.
Yeah,
you are right about
they
that.
would be one-eyed. They'd be one-eyed adults right now without ProtectoFlex.com.
Oh boy.
So,
all right. Well,
what's coming next?
We have one more great match, and what a story it is. We've got the great young player Tommy Yor, who is always so much fun to watch, and then Stefan Burmettler has reached the final of open singles, a young man out of Austria, and that's going to be a lot of fun to watch. Nobody thought coming into this that an Austrian player for the first time playing in a big tournament on Tornado would be able to accomplish what he has, but he is indeed in the final. And
I got to say something.
He's got a chance.
Can I talk?
No.
Stefan Boom Mittler, who just beat Ryan Moore, multi-time Tornado and multi-table champion, and Tony Spreedeman, beat them both. Mm-hmm. He beat Kevin Hunsdorfer in a Garlando major singles championship
at 14. You mentioned that a couple of times
At
today.
17, he won the Garlando World Series singles championship and open mix at the same event. He is a flippin' beast. He's an absolute beast. You got to see this kid play.
Well,
he's in the finals now of our Tornado.
There you
Olympics.
see it. As Tommy Yor's road to this final was a win over Paul Smith, a win over Michael Stahl, and that big win just a few minutes ago over Brandon Munoz to reach the final.
No gimmies. No gimmies. All studs.
And then look at Stefan Burmettler. Talk about a dream.
That's wrong, by the way. It's Burmettler over Spreedman. But, we'll go back.
But Burmettler beats Ryan Moore in the round of 16, then beats young Sam DeJean, who is not an easy win at all.
There we go.
And there we go. And then to beat Spredeman to reach the final. But you beat Moore, you beat Spreadman. You're 17. You're playing in your first big tornado tournament. How is that even possible, Mark?
Well, he's got no joke in Tommy Orr, who is
Yeah.
a singles champion. He's an incredible tornado second-generation Foozer, the son of Tom Orr, amazing talent, a protege of Tony Spreedman.
Yeah.
But there's something special about this Boom Metler kid. There's something special about him. He's a complete animal. He does some amazing things on the table, the hand speed, the poise, the composure. He's having fun. He's dangerous because he's 17 and doesn't give a damn. He's like laughing and having joy while he's winning. His pull shot he's shooting right now is basically it's a zero takeoff pinch from any, and he's hitting every hole. He's amazing.
So
Yeah.
find your most comfortable chair, grab your favorite beverage, put your feet up, and settle in for what should be a great match here coming up in just a few minutes as our coverage of the 2024 ITSF Tornado World Series from Dallas, Texas continues.
2 points. They are. Still 2 left back for Orlando. Do this. Nana's still smiling.
Wow.
There it is.
Oh my God, I'm so happy for him.
Oh my God. There it is, the split. He is the world champion.
Fun, as it's time to decide who will be the 2024 men's singles champion. And let's introduce the players. On the left side of your screen, out of St. Pölten, Austria, please welcome Stefan Berglettner. And on the right side of your screen, out of Lathrop, New York, please welcome Tommy Yore. Best 3 games out of 5 for the championship. Good luck, players.
All right, one final match here on Saturday at 10 o'clock sharp. The final match is starting 3 out of 5 to decide who will be the men's singles champion. And Mark Torres, we have got quite a story unfolding here at the World Series.
I haven't been this excited about a singles final for so many reasons for so long. We got Stefan Boom Mettler from Austria, who's just upset Ryan Moore and Tony Spreedeman in succession, who's playing lights out foosball, 17 years old, incredible phenom, who's won at major championships on Garlando already, playing against the other phenom. And how often do you get 2 phenoms against each other in a championship World Series final? Tommy Yore Jr., who's a maestro on Tornado.
You're excited about
Oh
this.
my gosh, you
I
kidding
can
me?
see it.
This is bananas.
No, it is a great story. Of course, Tommy Yore, I'm not sure you would still call him a phenom. He has arrived, right? He is world champion and certainly one of the best players on the American Tour, one of the best Tornado players in the world. And we are underway here in game number 1, but the big story is this kid, 17 years old, out of Austria, who has reached the final, and as you said, beaten a couple of the best players in the world en route. Best players all time on the American Tour, 2 of the top 10. And there's Tommy opening it up. And you know Tommy's going to respond to this sort of situation. Mettler guessing completely far side. Tommy goes near. It's 1-0. Stefan coming back through the lane. Set up the pull shot. And find the straight hole. So he's opening it up early, and that is just smart play. Let's establish early on that I'm willing to go straight to open up the long and the split later on.
But I will tell you this right now. I like that defense better than both Ryan and Tony's defense so far. And we'll talk about that later, about positional men positional play against the pull shot.
And the shot attempt here, blocked by Bermettler, has also demonstrated that he is a very good defender, has the hand speed, and has the approach to also be a very good defender. He's coming back with the snake shot down the middle.
Interesting. He didn't like what he saw with the pull shot defense and switched to his rollover, or maybe because it landed in that position.
He also can, and I don't think there's any drop-off on either of the shots.
No.
From what we have seen so far, he's got a great snake, got a great pull. Tommy strokes it home, deck down the middle.
Yeah, right. I love this. This back and forth, the 2 young guns. One a little younger than the other with both young guns.
And we got the third place match going to take place over on table number 3, Spreedeman versus Munoz. That'll be a funsy match, you would think. Back to the pull shot. We're even at 2 here in game number 1. Best 3 games, best 3 sets out of 5. It's Bermettler of Austria, Yore of the United States. And a missed
Wow.
execution, then a great grab on the 5 by
That
Yor.
hand speed. That hand speed.
Now, Tommy Yor, over the last 3, 4, 5 years, has demonstrated that he is an incredible singles player, one of the best singles player, a man who has beaten Tony Sprademan on a number of
I think it's
occasions.
interesting that his back 3-year-old's been down the entire time, but he didn't get taken advantage of.
Tommy showing great quickness so far. Tommy living and working up in the state of New York these days. And the
Lots of
timeout
timeout.
called here by Burmantler. That's the other thing. The table management side of
Yeah.
things for a 17-year-old is off the charts.
You like what so that timeout is a poised timeout. It's 2-2, but he's just kind of like, wait a minute, hold on, what's happening? Let me reset. He didn't like I don't think he liked the pull shot, D, so he switched to his rollover. That is also some brainy stuff. Everyone's expecting him to shoot his pull shot. I think Tommy Yor is expecting him to shoot his pull shot, and he went back to his rollover. So we got some high-level stuff going on here.
He dances with it on the 5, then passes it beautifully along that near wall. We'll go back to the pull shot. No, he's going to go with a slinger off the outside wall. Watch this. Pull shot, right?
Instant
No.
read, man. No, that was a off-the-wall
Slingshot.
That wall pass is so fast and hard. Tony called it unraceable. One of the unraceable passes in foosball.
And back comes Yor, stroking it home to that far side. Tommy didn't take a lot of time here, didn't need to. 3-3. And
Save.
Yor with that left hand back there to keep it out.
There's an immediate difference. Ryan
the-
Moore and Tony didn't catch those. Sorry.
Up the table, the pass. Yor able to pick it up on the 3-rod. We'll set it up, work it, and then hit that near corner.
I was saying that Tony and Ryan, let's give a second.
And you see it off that near post.
Tony and Ryan weren't catching those breaks, and Tommy is catching those breaks.
This one picked up off the back wall by Burmantler, who will set up the pull shot once again. That long, just wide of the goal. Rebound comes back to Stefan at goal. Shot down the middle.
He's got
Pull
a
shot.
crushing two-bar, man.
Again, it's that lateral speed of a dead stop. Rebound grabbed here by Yor. Tommy looking for a first game win. A lot of time and then a timeout.
Yeah, you get that table management that he got from his father, Tom Yor, that whole kind of poise, timeout. Let's self-reflect. Let's make sure we don't do anything wild. You get that with Tommy Yor. He's a second-generation foosball player like we've been speaking to. But Burmantler here just put so much pressure on you, offensively everywhere, and his game's new.
But you can see Tommy Yor came out with a game plan here. Came out with great energy. He was going to jump on him early if he could, and he has, although this shot attempt straight up in the air on the rebound, then knocked backwards nicely. 5 to goal by Burmantler, who dumps it off that back wall, jumps up there to grab it, and then comes back with a push kick to make it 4-4. That was just a beautiful play from start to finish. And the push kick.
He's done a couple versions of that. It's not the long.
And the left
That's
hook
it.
by Tommy Yor closes it out. No one looking for this one, including Stefan Burmantler.
Great stuff, man. Tommy Yor. Tommy Yor. So there's a difference we already see because both Tony and Ryan got punched in the mouth early by the kid. They missed the break. He got the breaks. Tommy Yor's hand speed isn't missing a step the way it was missing with Tony and Ryan.
No, but
Tony
again-
and Ryan's hand speed was missing a step.
And you get a sense both Tony and Ryan came into the match sort of feeling it out, kind of seeing what would happen. They would adjust accordingly. But instead, Tommy Yor has come out and jumped on him early. Has come out with energy, has come out with aggression. And he, so far, so good for Tommy. He's up 1-0.
Not unlike him and Tony had a little powwow before this to talk about things. You would have assumed that kind of thing, right?
Here we go, second game underway, with Burmantler putting it into play on his 5.
So impressed with this young man. He's really a stunning talent.
Yeah.
Did we get a timeout after a ball in play? Is that what happened?
No, I
Did we
think we're just using the entire minute and a half.
I don't know. What's happening right now?
I'm just getting the second game underway. I launched it a little early. Now he'll put it into play on the 5. Burmantler along the wall smoothly. Will set up the snake. Nope, back to the pull shot. Burmantler strokes it home. It's 1-0.
Split.
It's got such great snap on that pull shot. And again, you know, the pull shot in Europe, and there are quite a few players who use it. I remember a German player named Tim Ludwig who really shot the pull shot when everyone else was shooting pins and snakes.
That was around the post, by the way. I don't know if it was dead bar, but he was a dead man defense.
But not sure I've seen a better European pull shot than this guy's. It's early. Time will tell. Back comes Tommy drilling that near corner after faking to the far. Watch this, a big heavy tap. And then that near corner effort to make it 2-1. Tommy Orr leading 1-0. Boy, it's quiet in here. Everybody who has played today, they're done for the day. And yeah, you can go play pickup games if you want, or you can come over and sit in this very comfortable finals area and watch some great foosball, which is what's going on here. A big crowd all around us. Tommy looking to even it up, but there's Bermettler to take it away.
Now this guy's 2-bar is treacherous. We saw him score 4 clean ones against Ryan Moore in the 5th game.
And another one here. He brushes this one into the goal. Finesse along with power. Again, it's just a matter with Bermettler. You know, a smart kid, knows what's going on here. Oh, that hole was wide open and he missed it. But again, he at this stage of his career, he just is out there to play. What does he have to lose? He, as the great Julian Vortman said, he doesn't care.
Tommy Orr is just so fast, though. He's not going to be faster than Tommy Orr. He may be as fast, but he's not going to be faster.
Nobody's faster than Tommy Orr. And that one near side, you can see Tommy, that brush down pass, beautifully executed. That was with the center man on the goalie 3-rod. It's now 3-2. And taken away here by Orr. Tommy looking to even it at 3 here in game number 2. He already leads one game to nothing. He finds that far corner.
And I'm going to say something that may be a little off center a little bit, but I got the impressions that at times Ryan and Tony were scared of Bermettler. I'm not getting that sense from Tommy Orr at all right now.
Here's Stepan trying to go inside. And playing a little loose here. And the timeout called here by Orr. We've seen a couple of passes that didn't have a whole lot of intent behind them. We saw that dropped ball, that loss. And we've seen a couple of rush shots as well from Bermettler. I think he needs to tighten it up a little bit if he wants to stay in this match, because Tommy Orr is not going to let that foot off that accelerator at all.
And do you know what I'm talking about? There felt like there was moments where even Tony or Ryan were like, who is this kid? Why is he not afraid of me? Why are these things working for him and not for me? You don't get that with Tommy right now.
Tommy very focused. And now we'll look for the lead from snake shot position. Orr regrips, walks it. Again, strokes it down the middle.
Taking all his time. Probably 13 seconds.
Took the full complement of time and then found the right hole at the right time. Bermettler down a game, down 4-3. Stepan strokes it home. It's 4-4.
Now, these are the ones that Bermettler's been able to pull off. He's been able to pull off this point right here, but I don't know if he's going to – we got to see what Tommy comes with.
Tommy's going to call timeout. You saw in that last shot attempt, Tommy showing him the reverse. As soon as he switched to the standard, Bermettler released to that long hole. So he knows exactly what he's doing and why he is doing it, and that is something that you can't say about every 17-year-old. Boy, this room is quiet. 4-4, second game. Tommy tried to go along the wall, blocked by Stepan. The bounce pass. Bermettler there. Huge ball early in this final. Picked up and then sent into the goal with a left hook by Bermettler. So he grabs it, immediately goes with a 5-row shot to score it. It's one game apiece, and both players have finished off their individual wins with left hooks. We are now tied at 1 game apiece.
And there's an Austrian fan out here. There's some Austrian fans out here. A little bit loud, man.
So Bermettler, in the middle of that second game, you saw maybe fatigue, maybe just a temporary kind of a lack of focus, but he regained it, came right back, and again, a testament to the very special qualities that this young man possesses. This is a different animal we're looking at here,
He's
folks.
not. Look at him. And there's moments where most people would have a little bit of like a little tentative. He's fearless. Like he just shot a 5-bar shot, and it was a back at you because remember Tommy Yor finished the first game with a 5-bar shot.
That's right. Well, we just actually talked about that a minute ago, seconds ago.
I didn't know what you said. I was listening.
You don't listen.
I don't listen.
You don't listen to me at all. That's fine.
Actually, I was listening to something else.
Here we go. Third game underway. Yor puts it into play, able to advance it on that far side. We'll set up the snake shot, try to bring it near side. Nice save, or rather block, and almost a save from Burmettler. Yor will get it back, set it up. And another block here as Burmettler raced him and then banked it off that outside wall into the goal with a 5.
A little crafty,
I'm going to give him credit. That's intentional.
Yeah, that's totally intentional. He meant that.
So that's creativity, all us Tony Sprademan. 1-0 lead here in the third for Stefan Burmettler. Again, the defense is good too. We're seeing very focused. You look at the quickness there as he reacts. Another chance for Yor. He's 0 for 3 so far. You're in game number 3, but not this time as he is able to find that hole down the middle.
He didn't mean it. I don't think he meant it would take it.
No.
He's saying, I'll take it.
1-1. 1-1 in games, 1-1 in score. Yor almost with a steal. Burmettler had a chance to grab it on the 3. Maybe there might have been some question there of a jar, but there wasn't. It's Tommy again working it up the table. Yor for the lead. Trying to come back down the middle. Burmettler able to take it away. Tried to quickly go with a pass, but Tommy just so quick. Yor. Strokes it back to that far side. Again, got him off the hole with a good hitch. And then drilled the far corner, much to the dismay of Austria's Stefan Burmettler.
That's super thoughtful 3-bar play. Very intentional, nothing blind about it. Knew he was going to jump off that hole.
2-1 lead for Yor. You're in game number 3. And he'll call timeout.
All right. Make these count, man. These are conversion points, right?
Yeah, there's a cool customer in Burmettler having the time of his life.
He's watching the other match. Yes.
He's a fan. He's a foosball fan.
And that's great, man, because it just shows that he's right in that middle place.
Yor putting it back into play and quickly advancing it 2 to the 5. Again, off the wall, using Burmettler's speed against him on both those efforts. Looking to increase his lead here in game 3, Tommy Yor. Strokes it back to that near side. Wow, he went from there all the way to here in the blink of an eye. It's 3-1. Yor taking control here in game number 3. He works it up the table, 2 to the 5. 5 to the 3. Now we'll look to go from the 3 to the back of the goal and take a 4-1 lead. Tommy. And that shot attempt blocked and taken away by Burmettler. Shot up the table, spins Yor's man around, but Tommy jumps back there to retrieve it and contain it.
That 2-bar is dangerous, by the way. That kid's 2-bar is absolutely threatening at all times.
Again, Tommy living with the ball right now. Try to go with a quick left hook, blocked by Burmettler. Goes back to Yor. And a nice grab there. So smooth and so quick at the same time. Stefan. Bring that pull shot down the middle, taken away by Yor. Tommy. Strokes it home near side again, waiting him out and then going deep to the near corner. And look at the grip from Tommy Yor.
Nasty.
Yor doing a good job defensively on the 5. Not going to give up the left hook, and then makes the save, sends it along the outside wall. Flip over straight here by Burmettler.
The hand speed is ridiculous.
But if you're Stefan Burmettler, you don't want to give this game up yet. Even though you're down 4-1, you kind of want to get back into that groove, get back into doing the things that have made you successful today. That's one of them, but the steal by Yor and the quick shot here by Tommy Yor. Big time performance in game number 3 from Tommy Yor, and he is now just a game away from the Tornado World Series Men's Singles Championship.
Well, this giant killer who's beat two of the greatest tornado players of all time, certain Hall of Famers, is now facing someone of equal speed and focus and attention and engagement, and it's a little bit tougher this time because Tommy's you haven't seen much slop get in on Tommy. Now you saw a bunch of slop get in on Ryan and Tony like they were a step behind. You haven't seen the same breaks against Tommy, and it's a big deal.
Yep.
But hey, man, this kid's future. I mean, I'm not calling this over yet. But he's 17, man. No matter what happens here, he could win this or lose this. The sky's the limit for this young man.
2-1 lead for Tommy Yorr. Let's see how Burmettler responds as he comes out with a bounce pass to open up game number 4. Burmettler shooting the pull shot. Tried to go inside, blocked by Yorr. Tommy playing with great confidence right now.
I think he tried to go middle, and it just cut back to the first hole, but that was the right pick.
A little bit of frustration shown there from Burmettler. And it's Tommy now rolling.
He's rolling. That wall pass is Tony. I mean, Tony Spreedman on the last Pandemonium episode said, "You're not going to beat him to the wall. You got to be on the wall when he decides to go."
That's right. All right, this is a big possession for Burmettler, who stands up, takes a deep breath. Trying to come back with a push kick wide of the goal, then saves it from going in at the other end. Burmettler, for the first time today, we're seeing a little frustration from the young man. And it's not a surprise. He expected. He just didn't expect it to not happen earlier at times.
Wow.
It's 2-0.
You feel it's all going for Tommy right now.
What a performance from Tommy Yorr. The left hook again. No reaction. There's that beautiful high lane, which he catches with that near man. And then slices that one in to make it 2-1. He's a little off the wall on this one. Didn't matter.
Yeah.
He was able to brush between the men. The reverse defense of Tommy Yorr. Let's see if that gives him a little energy. He's down 2-1 in games, down 2-1 in score here in the 4th.
You kind of see
that one ripped off the post.
You see Burmettler getting a little more urgent, and I like it. Like, let's see, frustrated, but hitting the ball with great urgency in a good way.
See if he can work his way through this. He's going through a little bit of a frustrating period for him. And now tried to dump it and chase it and catch it. Instead, it's all the way back the other way to Yorr. And it's, what a shot there.
Yeah.
Wow, watch this as he rips it to that near corner. What a performance from Tommy Yorr. Clinic. Wow. Tommy Yorr. Sensational. Championship point for Yorr. So it looks like the run of Stefan Burmettler will come to an end, but what a story here this weekend. You got through Ryan Moore, you got through Tony Spreedman, but doesn't look like he's going to be able to get through the great Tommy Yorr, who comes back with that little brush down the middle. Reminiscent, I think, of Robert Atha, who loves to use that one as well, right?
Right. So well placed.
4-2, and a chance to win it right here for Yorr. Tommy shot at the hole, was there. He cut it back into the defense. Outside bank attempt by Burmettler on goal. And a timeout called here by Yorr. It remains championship point for Tommy. What a focused performance from Yorr.
Tried to shoot that first hole shot, trying to end it, put it away.
And a nice steal by Burmettler. He's trying to get back into it. He'll shoot the snake here. And he'll score it to that far side. It's 4-3. Knocked down here, so some energy, a response from Stefan Burmedler, but will it be enough to get him back in the match? And he'll have an opportunity to tie it right here. And he does. Just like that, it's 4-4 as he finds the near side of the goal. 3 in a row from Burmedler. Wow. All right, remains championship point for Tommy Orr, but he has seen his opponent, Stefan Burmedler, find himself once again and score 3 in a row in about a minute and a half to tie this fourth game up at 4. Back along the outside wall, using his speed against him. Tommy Orr with another chance to win it right here. Orr. Hard fake.
Hard fake.
Regrips. And finds the hole.
Wow,
Tommy Orr in
win,
4
man.
games in a huge performance here on table number 1. Defeats the Austrian Stefan Burmedler to win the 2024 ITSF World Series Singles Championship.
What an amazing run for Stefan Burmedler. What an amazing championship for Tommy Orr.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's have a big round of applause for our second place finisher, the amazing 17-year-old from Austria, Stefan Burmedler. And your 2024 ITSF Tornado World Series Men's Singles Champion, Tommy Orr. Tommy Orr, World Series champion. What a great finals performance. You have been watching Stefan Burmedler all day. You knew what Burmedler was doing, right? You'd seen a win over Ryan Moore, a win over Tony Sprademan. Coming into this match, it looked like you had a game plan. What was that?
To be honest, I didn't watch any of his matches before this. I was focused on my bracket, so I actually purposely tried not to watch his matches. But my overall game plan was he's really fast. He's very talented. My game plan was to take away all his fast stuff and then play very slow and controlled, and take fine, because he hasn't played me that much, so he doesn't know my freebie goals. So I was ready to take advantage of those on the big points when I needed to.
Explain what is a freebie goal? Explain that to us.
5-bar shot, 2-bar from 2-bar. Like pinch, like basically quick goals that don't require you to actually like shoot on the 3-bar.
So we all know you're a second-generation player. The Hall of Famer Tom Orr is your father, and you learned a lot from him. Tony Sprademan, of course, also a mentor. You come from the Tampa area where you play against all these great players, but now you're living up in New York. Did you train for this? Did you prepare for this?
Yeah, actually, I played pretty much every day before this tournament since Friday. I didn't play Wednesday, but I played every other day. I practiced a lot because I wasn't able to practice for a while beforehand, so I played as much as I could before the tournament. So.
And you're a player who has international experience. You've played in Europe. You've played in Asia. You know what it's about. You know what the ITSF is about. Did this tournament, coming into this, a true World Series event here in the United States, did it have a little extra meaning for you?
Yes. It's definitely. I mean, to be honest, Texas State's really special to me. I really wanted to come here and defend the title because I won last year. So that was kind of my mindset. Even though it's a different tournament, I still came in and I wanted to defend the title.
Well, that was an amazing performance against a young man who had been playing so well all weekend. But for you to come out and do what you did in the final, great job, Tommy. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, we just heard from Tommy Orr. The Texas State Championships is special to all of us. We want to thank Texas State's and Steve Murray and David Raddick and the Texas State team for wanting this tournament to be here on this weekend, for being advocates for this because they know the Tornado World Series, the ITSF, brings something new and different to foosball. And Steve Murray and Texas State are massive fans of trying some different things. This tournament, obviously, we would never be able to see this kid, Stefan Burmettler, unless this was the ITSF World Series. They came here because it's the World Series. We got players that would have never come, and we want to thank, again, Texas State and Steve Murray for allowing us this opportunity.
No, amazing for them to do that. And that doesn't mean Texas State is going away.
No.
It's not replacing Texas State. They took the weekend, they borrowed the weekend, as you said. But, the other thing that kind of hits me on Saturday night, we're done with now 2 days of action. It's the international feel of this, right? We do have a lot of international players. We have the dress code. We have this format that I've only experienced internationally. And so that's kind of one of the really cool things. We talked about it before the event in a couple of promotional shows we did. This is really the first true international championship ever held here in the United States.
100%. And you look around, man, these people are happy. They're happy with the format. They're happy with the athletic approach to foosball. They're happy that it's something different. It's not just a party with friends showing up.
That's right.
Double elimination going till 4 a.m. That has its place. This is something new, and guess what? It's not going away.
No,
it's going to grow in the United States.
It is. And, and that's the thing. All of us as foosball players want it to be a sport. We want to be on the same level as baseball, football, basketball, hockey, soccer, etc. And we always have wanted that. And more than ever, this sort of approach here in the U.S. gives us that feel, gives us that satisfaction, gives us that dream that potentially could come true.
Yes, Steve Murray will be the first to tell you that this was a blowout, amazing success. It's everything he was looking forward to. Steve Murray will tell you that he's so happy he brought this tournament here. Everyone who played 6 matches. They played plenty of foosball. They got their money's worth. They love it. There's no complaints so far about the feeling. And you see, we're done now, man. What time is it? It is 10:30.
10:30. Again, two straight nights at 10:30. For me, again, I love working with you. I love working with Foos TV as well. It's been a blast to do so. But the biggest, most satisfying for me this weekend has been the fact that my wife and kids are out there playing and having a great time and getting to experience it from a player's point of view. And for me, that is so satisfying, and it's a wonderful feeling to know my kids, first time ever, were out there competing and had just a tremendous time.
You know what? It's been Foosball TV. Thank you so much for we're coming back tomorrow, but Foosball TV, the best streaming production in the world, teaming up with Inside Foos and the iconic Jim Stevens and letting me lounge around and do my nonsense has been an incredible first 2 days, and there's 2 more days left.
Well, thank you for all your nonsense, Mark. We do appreciate it mostly.
And I'll tell one last thing. I have both my eyes, and your kids have their eyes because of Protecto Flex.
Yeah.
Protecto-flex.com.
True story. I almost lost an eye because of a foosball table. So
we were trying to put it in your mouth, Jim, but you moved it out of the way. All right, everybody. We love Daniel Sorker.
That's awful. Hey, folks, we do appreciate you watching us at InsideFoos.com, at YouTube TV, and, of course, at Twitch as well. And so more action for you tomorrow. Join us. If you haven't subscribed at Inside Foods, do so.
Thank you to all our new subscribers. There's a ton of new subscribers. Thank you.
2 full days of action left. Lots of great play. And if it's anything like today and yesterday, it's going to be amazing. Good night, everybody.